Hi, everyone, and welcome to English for You. I'm Erin.
Hello, I'm Elsie.
Okay, I have a question for you, Elsie.
Okay.
Have you ever taken care of a pet or a plant?
Not me, but my dad used to love having plants, so I learned how to take care of them when I was little. But I've never had a pet, though. What about you?
Well, my parents have pets, and I've helped take care of them, but I've never had my own pet as an adult. I do have plants, though. In fact, I have a story about my plant.
Tell us the story, please.
Okay, well, I keep my plants on my washing machine. That's where they get the most light. But one day, when I was using the washing machine, the plants were on the floor. So when I took my wet clothes out of the washing machine, I dropped all my wet clothes on my plant.
Oh no, what happened then?
Well, most of the plant died, but some branches are still going. So now I treat them with special care, and I hope they can keep growing, but it doesn't look very nice anymore.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay. I did learn a lesson, though. I have to always take care of my plants as well as I can.
Hey, that's kind of what our article is about today.
It is? Let's find out more about it now.
Reading Tamagotchi's 20th anniversary. They were everywhere in the late 90s. Small plastic eggs that people carried around with them. On the egg screen was a virtual pet that the user had to care for. It might sound silly, but Tamagotchi toys were a global craze. This year, the Japanese toy turns 20 years old. Tamagotchi was created by Japanese game designers Akihiro Yokoi and Aki Maita. Toy company Bandai released Tamagotchi in 1996 in Japan, and 1 year later to the rest of the world. Almost immediately, it took the world by storm. The toy's name is a combination of tamago, the Japanese word for egg, and the English word watch. After starting up the toy, a small egg would appear on the screen. The baby Tamagotchi would then hatch, and the user had to look after it using the toy's buttons. Each Tamagotchi needed food, playtime, and discipline. If the user failed to properly care for the Tamagotchi, it could become sick or even die.
Today's article starts out by saying, they were everywhere in the late 90s. Small plastic eggs that people carried around with them.
Small plastic eggs? 到底是什么塑胶鸡蛋在90年代晚期人手一个呢? What are they?
Well, it was the late 90s, and that was 20 years ago. Our listeners might not know what these things are.
Really? Then you make me feel so old now, Erin. I was born in the 90s. Early 90s, though.
Well, Elsie.
Anyways.
I was born in the early 80s, so you're doing okay.
Okay, anyways, what did those plastic eggs do?
Well, let's learn more about them. The article says, on the egg screen was a virtual pet that the user had to care for.
在蛋的萤幕上呢，是一个玩家必须要照顾的 virtual pet.
So this plastic egg also has a screen. Now you could watch something on this screen too. That something was the virtual pet. Now everybody knows that a pet is an animal that you take care of. So what does it mean when it uses the adjective virtual?
Virtual 是虚拟的意思，所以 virtual pet 那就是虚拟宠物，不是真的。那在哪里可以养它们呢
？Okay, so it wasn't like a real animal. It was just like a computer animal.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Wait a second. I remember these things.
Did you have one?
No, but my sister did. She used to bring it with her everywhere.
I had one too, but now I think it sounds kind of silly.
All right, well, let's get back to the article.
文章中呢，我们看到 on the X screen was a virtual pet that the user had to care for。我们看到一个地方副词片语为首的倒装句，原句应该要怎么写呢？原句是a virtual pet that the user had to care for was on the X screen。那文章中把地方副词片语 on the X screen 的位置挪到了句首，强调虚拟宠物是在这颗塑胶鸡蛋的萤幕上。
Okay, well, Elsie, you said that these little plastic eggs made you feel a little bit silly now. And you're not alone because of that. That's because the article says, it might sound silly, but Tamagotchi toys were a global craze. Now, let's check out one of the vocabulary words in that sentence. Global is an adjective, and it's spelled Global, global. Something that's global affects or includes the whole world. So, people all over the world had these Tamagotchis, which is the name for these small plastic eggs. Another example could be climate change is a global problem. Every country is affected by it in some way.
气候变迁呢是一个全球性的问题 Global 它就是全球性的全球化的那 Climate change 气候变迁其实是因为Global warming 全球暖化所影响造成的那课文当中提到的 Global craze 又是什么意思呢 Craze 是名词代表的是时下风行的事物当时电子机就是全球时下风行的东西形容词呢就是我们熟悉的 crazy 疯狂的着迷的
Okay, well, we talked about this a bit earlier, but Tamagotchi is having a special birthday this year.
Oh, yes, they're 20.
That's right. Now, the article says this year, the Japanese toy turns 20 years old. Now, this toy makes me feel old.
I just said the same thing.
Okay, let's learn more about this cool Japanese toy. The article says, Tamagotchi was created by Japanese game designers Akihiro Yokoi and Aki Maita. Now, let's check out this noun designer, which is spelled D-E-S-I-G-N-E-R, designer. A designer is a person who designs things to be sold to other people. There are lots of different designers. You can have game designers, clothing designers, and many more. To design something, you make the plans for it. You can do this by drawing or using programs on a computer. For example, Vanessa is a shoe designer. Do you want to see her latest drawings?
Designer 是名词设计师的意思那我们例句当中看到的 shoe designer 设计鞋子的人我们可以称他为鞋子设计师那文章当中看到的 game designer 也就是游戏设计师那 design 这个字我们就是从 designer 的字尾 er 拿掉之后看到 design 它是动词或名词意思都是设计
Okay, so these Japanese designers worked with a Japanese company. The article says, toy company Bandai released Tamagotchi in 1996 in Japan and 1 year later to the rest of the world. Now, the company Bandai released the toy, which means they made it available to the public.
Right. Release 是动词发行的意思 We can release a toy, a game,An album 专辑或者是 a movie 电影那发行电子机的公司是万代游戏发行商1996年在日本发行1年之后呢在世界其他国家当中发行
Okay, so remember Tamagotchis were a craze. The article says more about this. It says, almost immediately, it took the world by storm.Now, let's check out this adverb immediately, which is spelled I-M-M-E-D-I-A-T-E-L-Y, immediately. When you do something immediately, you do it right away or without waiting. For example, we could say, Frank stole his sister's toy and she immediately started crying.
Immediately 它是一个副词，代表立刻马上。那跟它同样意思的片语有哪一些呢？我们很常见的还有 right away, at once 或者是 in no time. What about the phrase took the world by storm? What does it mean, Erin?
Well, that's today's shortcut for you. Let's take a quick break to hear more about this phrase, take something by storm.
Shortcut for you.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. I heard your band just released an album.
That's right. Soon, we'll take the world by storm.
Take the world by storm? Oh no, I didn't bring an umbrella.
To take something by storm means to quickly become popular with a certain group or in a certain place.
I get it. Take something by storm is 在点点点大获成功.
Totally. We're going to take the world by storm and be the biggest rock band in history.
Wow, when is your world tour?
Soon. But first, we need to take Taiwan by storm.
So, we know that Tamagotchis were popular. Let's find out what it actually means, though. The article tells us the toy's name is a combination of tamago, the Japanese word for egg, and the English word watch. So, we see that Tamagotchi is a combination of two words.
Combination 是组合的意思。A combination of A and B 由 A 和 B 加起来的组合。Tamagotchi 是由日文的鸡蛋 tamago 加上英文 watch 这个字而组成的 Tamagotchi.
Okay, so these two words were tamago in Japanese, which means egg. That's why it looks like an egg.
Yes.
And the English word watch. I like it. Tamago, watch, Tamagotchi. That makes sense.
It's a good name. And lots of words do this, though. For example, cronut. It's not a croissant or a donut. It's a cronut.
Oh, and hangry. It's hungry and angry.
Angry.
I always get angry when I'm hungry.
Me too.
Now we can say we're hangry.
I'm hangry now.
Okay, well, English is funny sometimes, isn't it? Okay, but we've got to get back to our article. It continues to say, after starting up the toy, a small egg would appear on the screen. Now, this phrase, start up, means that a machine starts working when you turn it on. For example, my computer won't start up. It must be broken.
Start up, 启动 To start up something, 启动某物启动电子机之后呢，萤幕上就会出现一颗蛋。I think I still remember how the egg popped up on my old Tamagotchi.
So you turn the toy on, right?
Yeah.
And then the small egg appears. Now, let's find out what happened next. The article says the baby Tamagotchi would then hatch, and the user had to look after it using the toy's buttons. Now, lots to look at in that sentence. The word hatch is a verb, and it's spelled H-A-T-C-H, hatch. If an egg hatches, the creature inside the egg breaks the shell and comes out of it. For example, after the baby birds hatched, the mother bird gave them some food to eat.
小鸟孵化出来之后呢，小鸟妈妈会喂给它们食物吃。Hatch 是孵化的意思，那过去式跟过去分词规则变化加 ed 就可以了。电子鸡萤幕上的蛋会孵出小鸡 and then users have to look after it.
Okay, so you've got a baby Tamagotchi. What do you do now? You look after it. This phrase, look after, means to take care of something or someone so that it doesn't get hurt. When you look after someone, you keep them safe and healthy. For example, we can say, can you look after my dog while I'm on vacation?
Of course. Look after 就是 take care of 照顾的意思。那同样的片语还有 attend to.
Okay, now that sentence also told us how to take care of it. The plastic egg has buttons on it. Button is a noun, and it's spelled B-U-T-T-O-N, button. A button is a small part of a machine that you can press down to make the machine do something. For example, if you need to stop the movie, you can press this button on the remote control.
Button, 按钮。Press the button, 按按钮。我们要怎么样照顾这只电子鸡呢？文章告诉我们要使用机器上面的按钮。那 button 还有纽扣或是扣扣子的意思。有一个字呢跟它发音很像，但是完全不同，它叫做 bottom, B-O-T-T-O-M, 它是底部或者是屁股的意思。
Okay, now the article tells us what things you need to do to take care of your Tamagotchi. It says, each Tamagotchi needed food, playtime, and discipline. Okay, I know all pets need food. That's easy. So is playtime. All pets need to play. You've got to play with them. But what is discipline?
Pets also need discipline. Discipline 是纪律的意思，所以呢，每一个电子鸡啊，它不仅需要食物、游戏时间，还有就是纪律，你必须要训练它。
Okay, so that means you have to teach your pets how to be good, right? Okay, now that makes sense.
What if you don't look after your Tamagotchi?
Very good question. The article gives us the answer. It says, if the user failed to properly care for the Tamagotchi, it could become sick or even die. Now, we have another vocabulary word to look at here. The adverb properly is spelled P-R-O-P-E-R-L-Y. Properly. Now, when something is working or doing something properly, it is doing this thing in the right or correct way. For example, my phone isn't working properly. I can't open any of my messages.
Properly 是一个副词，代表的是适当地。那在例句当中呢 ，properly 用来修饰的是动作 isn't working， 不能使用。那如果回到文章当中，你看过去哦 ，properly 它修饰的是care for 照顾这个片语。那另外如果我们把 properly 字尾的 ly 拿掉，我们看到 proper 这个形容词它是适当的。给同学们一个例句哦， We need to use proper ways to take care of our pets or to take care of our Tamagotchi。我们必须使用这个适当的方式来照顾我们的宠物或是我们的电子鸡。
A proper way to take care of your plants is not to drop clothes on them. That's a good idea.
You're right, and you've learned it, right?
I have. So, if you don't look after your Tamagotchi, it could get sick or die just like a real pet.
I think this toy is a good way to teach people, especially children, how to look after something.
You're right, Elsie.
And how to be responsible for the pets.
That's perfect. That's a perfect thing to say about these Tamagotchis. But we don't have any more time to talk about them today.
So, let's finish up now with our For You chat.
Okay.
For You chat.
So, today's For You chat question is, what is your favorite kind of toy and why?
Well, now that I'm an adult, I don't really have many toys. But I guess when I was young, I really loved playing with Barbies and with My Little Pony. You know those ponies, those little horse, they have the colorful hair and they have special names.
I'm not really familiar with those ponies, but I did play with Barbies a lot when I was a child.
Okay. Well, I used to play with these toys together, and so the My Little Pony toys, they were like little horses. They would be the pets of my Barbies.
Oh, that's nice. So did your Barbies take care of the ponies?
I don't remember that much, actually, but I think I had fun with them. I guess now that I'm an adult, I like doing puzzles. I guess those aren't really toys.
Right.
But they are, I guess, like they do keep me busy.
Yeah,
I
and
guess.
it's a way for you to pass the time.
Right.
So I did play with Barbies too, and you know what? One time I actually cut the Barbie's hair.
Of course. I do that with all my Barbies.
I cut it. I should just braid it, right?
Well, I don't know. Sometimes your Barbies want a new look, I guess. And my mother would get mad at me because when I cut the hair, I would ask for a new Barbie that had long hair, and she'd say, no, you just don't cut their hair. But
that was a good way to get a new Barbie.
Well, I guess so. Okay, well, do you guys have any favorite toys? What's your favorite kind? That's all the time we have to talk about toys today. So, for English for You, I'm Erin.
I'm Elsie.
Bye-bye.
Tamagotchi's 20th anniversary. They were everywhere in the late 90s. Small plastic eggs that people carried around with them. On the egg screen was a virtual pet that the user had to care for. It might sound silly, but Tamagotchi toys were a global craze. This year, the Japanese toy turns 20 years old. Tamagotchi was created by Japanese game designers Akihiro Yokoi and Aki Maita. Toy company Bandai released Tamagotchi in 1996 in Japan, and 1 year later to the rest of the world. Almost immediately, it took the world by storm. The toy's name is a combination of tamago, the Japanese word for egg, and the English word watch. After starting up the toy, a small egg would appear on the screen. The baby Tamagotchi would then hatch, and the user had to look after it using the toy's buttons. Each Tamagotchi needed food, playtime, and discipline. If the user failed to properly care for the Tamagotchi, it could become sick or even die.
Vocabulary Review.
Global. Today's global economy connects people and businesses from many countries together. Designer. Many famous designers live and work in Paris, a city famous for fashion and art. Immediately. If you hear a fire alarm, you must leave the building immediately. Don't wait. Hatch. When Sally was young, she would visit her grandparents' farm and watch the baby chickens hatch. Button. Don't push this button. If you push it, the bomb will explode. Properly. If a job is worth doing, it's worth doing properly, with no mistakes.